Welcome to the Sweet Sound Sunday, which is all about sound design. We will be creating new sounds and remaking existing ones, all in Ableton using stock and not so stock plugins. I will be trying to create a new episode for you every Sunday. So today's sound is... big, juicy, retro, chiptune style bass. To create the sound, we will be using Ableton stock analog synth, which is just perfect for all the retro, vintage, or these analog feeling sounds. Okay, so let's jump into Ableton. Okay, so we have the analog here. First, let's see how it sounds like without any changes or modifications. Not so perfect though. So, but let's work on that a little bit. So first things first, we are be doing a bass sound, so we need to go octave down on that sound a little bit. Okay, not so bad. Yeah, we're just gonna fix some envelopes here, so the sound goes down a little bit. We will also be using oscillator 2, and that's gonna go 2 octaves down. Okay, now let's detune them a little bit, just a tiny bit. Let's detune the second one, -10. Yeah. Okay. Better already. And let's send the first oscillator 80-20. So let's do like 80% of the filter 1 and 20% of the second filter. Let's do the opposite on the second one. Yeah, 20-80. Let's do like that. There we go. So we're going to turn on the filter 2. And now let's work on the envelopes a little bit. Let's turn on amp 2 as well. So first amp's envelope will be, let's do like a little short attack, like 5 milliseconds. Yeah. Decay could be a little bit smaller than that, like 400 something or 500 something. Yeah. Let's see. It's louder already, as you see, if we turn on the amp 2. Sustain, can leave it as it is. And release, we're just going to shorten release a little bit. It's going to be punchy, like a little. Okay, but also first things first, we need to mono the voices. So what we need is just single voice, and we don't need anything more. So the voices will be switching. We'll turn on glide a little bit, 50% as it is absolutely fine. And unison as well. We're gonna detune that a little bit, just like 20-something%. That's already louder. You hear so many more voices now. Okay. What else? Let's check the amp 2 envelope. What is it going to do like? Let's make the attack a little bit longer, around like 60 milliseconds. Decay 300 mils, around like this. All going to be like approximate. We don't need an exact values because obviously each sound can be different. You can make it the exactly same one that I did, or you can just slightly change it. So like it's absolutely up to you what you prefer. Like then sustain. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer, a little bit higher actually. No, that doesn't work. 0.7 will be fine. And release. Short release as well, like around 200, maybe a little bit less. Okay, and then envelope, we just want it to react a little bit less to the velocity of the keys that we're pressing, so we turn that down a little bit. Same here, around 130. So it will always be punchy and a little bit louder. Okay. That sounds quite okay, quite nice. Actually, very thick and bassy, but we didn't even touch filters yet. So we have two filters. We want these filters to be. I'm just gonna have a look at 12 decibel per octave. And we're gonna go with first frequency, yeah, around 320 hertz. Okay, how does it sound like now? We'll put up the resonance a little bit. Oh yeah, we get that vibe already. Okay, that's cool. Now, up to the second filter, we're going to use a band pass here. The band pass 6 decibel per octave. We're going to go with the frequency to like around 70 hertz, very low. So let's get a very bassy one. And more resonance. Let's turn both LFOs on around half hertz, so it's like very slow, and that's gonna influence our frequency modulation. We're gonna put LFO to 1, so it's gonna work all the way through. Yeah, that's nice. Let's leave it as it is. Oh, it's 4 was nice. Let's modulate the resonance a little bit as well. Let's do similar with the second filter. Let's turn on the second LFO, and that's gonna be around 0.4 hertz, slightly slower, so we get a different floating sound in and around. So it's gonna be like different. Let's change this LFO to around 0.4. All right, 0.4. Actually, you know what? I think here we can change that so it doesn't affect it that much. I think that's pretty much it. As for this raw sound, we're just gonna do some modifications afterwards. Okay, we can also modulate resonance, as it is actually at the moment. Just leave it as this, that's fine. Let's get some lower octaves. Yeah, that's fine, I like it. And now, next we'll just adjust some volumes. Let's put like -9 decibel here. It's gonna be much more quiet now, but we're gonna turn up the amps. Like that's gonna be -9 decibels. Let's go with this one around -9. Yeah, like that. That'll be fine. The same here, -9. Of course, you can type it in. You just need to click, then press -9. Same here, -9. I like it. Okay, so let's add some saturation to it so the sound is even nicer and deeper. We go to audio effects and it's in drive and color saturator. Let's turn this one in. Now what we're gonna want to do is choose soft sine. All right. Now at this stage, what you want to do is to make sure that you're not clipping your master channel. So ideally you want to go to the dynamics, take the limiter, put it at the end of your chain with your instrument. Of course, you might have one more on the master as well. And then make the ceiling around -1. So in case some sounds will just drive your output, it's not going to go to master and drive your full chain, so it's not going to hear overdrive, because now we're going to get a little bit louder with all the effects and post-processing of the sound. So yeah. That sounds cool. I like it. Yeah, we didn't change much actually. Just dry wet 100%. Now soft clip, of course, with 20%. That should be fine. Now there's a trick that we're going to do. We're going to group that just by itself. I'm just going to create 3 different chains. So we're going to be 3 different types of sound coming, and they will be joined together at the end. So let's click group. Now when we have it grouped, we will add EQ8 at the end of that. And now we're going to model that sound a little bit so it's not that punchy and very harsh. So let's do just 2 notes actually. Number 3 is not needed. So let's go with that, like around 500 hertz. All right, around here. And this will be just cutting the very low frequencies around 54 hertz. Yeah, that should be around here. Yeah. Okay, that's fine, but we're going to have a different chains with some other open sounds as well. And basically, yeah, we can leave it as it is now. Then let's open this tab and create new chain. We're just going to call the first one saturation. Second one will be clean. We'll just leave it as it is. And we want to put some sparkles at the end of that. So we're going to create new one. We're going to call it sparkle. Sparkles. And what are we going to put here? We're going to put an equalizer for sure. That's the first thing we're going to put. So EQ8 goes here. We're going to go into the mid-side section. And what we're going to do is want to cut all the frequencies in the mids at all. And then close them again at the end of the spectrum. And then we're going to go to the side. And that's what we're going to do here. Let's actually change that to this type of, like a high shelf. Sorry, not this one. Tab this one. Yeah, let's go crank it up a little bit. Make the Q smaller. We don't need all of these here. We actually do just to cut it off, but that's all we need basically. So it's gonna model that like so. So we won't get any lower frequencies here, but all the highs will be spread out a little bit wider. So yeah, that sounds fine. Also, we want to put hybrid reverb at the end of everything. So let's hear all the chains separate. So we have the saturation chain, clean one, and then some sparkles. I call it sparkle because it's adding like the high frequencies. Okay, now let's add a hybrid reverb at the end of everything. So it will be in reverb and resonance, hybrid reverb, but at the end of the group audio effect track. So what we have here is like we're gonna use around dry wet around 60%. Oh wait, that was actually about to be in the sparkle section because now it doesn't sound too good. Let's try here. Yeah, so all the high frequencies are going to bump on the sides with reverb, but it's not going to affect all the lower ones. That's why I did it all. I forgot how to make it. Okay, so far so good. We're going to shorten the decay a little bit. Size around 50% as it is. I'm going to damp it a little bit more so it's not that open. Bass mono, you don't need to press that, you can, but that's not going to change too much. You might try to use the vintage mode, but it adds a little bit of a noise, so you can probably hear it. Or does it? Yeah, no, it does not. But yeah, you can actually you would maybe try to do a subtle vintage style to the reverb. Sounds fine for me. I guess that's it. If you want to use that sound, just put some how does it sound in lower octaves? Not too bad. How does it sound in the higher octaves? Could be also used like a regular synth sound. Not too bad. I think I'm not in the focus at all. Could be used as a regular synth sound. Of course, you can map some of the parameters here. So we have the audio effect rack. We can map, for example, what can we map? Like this saturation, we can map this one. So let's press map, drive to the first one, but let's limit that a little bit. So we're not gonna touch less than 0, and the maximum will be like, let's say 8 decibels. So now when we turn the knob, we can modify the drive. So it's more subtle or it's more harsh, like depending what you like. What else can we map? We can map some of the sparkers. We can take off some sparkers. Let's check that if you don't like it, or you can make your sound different. Let's map this sparkles volume here to this button here. Change volume. So that will be simple, and we can go all the way down. Let's try how it's on. That's very dry, and then we're adding some high sparkles. Doesn't change the volume of the track too much, so that's okay. We can leave it. We can always compensate it, so we can use another utility to make up for the lost signal. But yeah, I guess that's it from me, guys. That sounds really well, really neat. Well, it's not too bad at all. Okay, so here we have it. Super versatile, super thick, and super juicy, and won't cause you any phasing issues. I checked that already. Well, that's unless you slap some sick and really wide reverb on the chain. That shouldn't have any problems. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any episode or any new sounds that I will be creating here. Also, if you have some ideas, just please leave them in the comments down below about new sounds that I can create for you. If you heard some sounds that you might be interested in making and you don't know how to make them, post them in. I'll figure it out for you. As you probably heard in the latest episode, I opened a t-shirt shop all for musicians and music makers and beat makers. It's called, that should be here, beatwareshop.com, and you can buy one of these t-shirts with the cassette design, my hat, but also cassette design and some piano designs, and all for musicians, so everybody can find something for themselves. Also, if you're planning to buy more gear, as we all do all the time anyway, you can check the links in the description down below for the gear I use and I have and I love and I would 100% recommend. Okay, as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next episode. Cheers!